Hi guys, so I'm going to be reading another Bob Graham book. It's called Let's Get a Pup, said Kate. So we are going to be reading this book, and like I said, it's illustrated and written by Bob Graham. So he does both. He has a pretty big job. So we've been reading a lot about Bob Graham, and we're trying to figure out what happens all the time and what just happens sometimes, and how can we tell that it's a Bob Graham book without seeing his name on a book. I know that all his characters, let's see if I can pull the one from yesterday, kind of all look the same. So it's just like Kevin Henkes. He had like the mouse little characters, but Bob Graham has a certain way of drawing his characters too. Can you see? Even like their noses are the same. Sometimes they have animals, but a lot of times I've noticed that they have kids in there. So let's see if that's something that's true. In this book, it says, "Let's get a pup," said Kate. There's a pup and Kate on the book. Who do you think Kate is? Sorry, the glare's kind of bad. It's a very shiny book. So here's Kate, and here's the dog. Okay? Kate really, really wants a dog. Have you ever wanted like a cat or a dog or a pet if you don't have one? Yeah? What do you think Kate's mom and dad are going to say when she asks, "Can I get a pup? Let's get a pup." Okay? That's something to think about before we get started and see if you're right. Okay? And then think about if they say yes, where do you think they might get the pup from? Where do you think they might get the puppy? Okay? So let's open up because he does something really, really special before the book. So he leaves a little part of the book here that I think is going to be pretty important. So I'm going to read that. Okay? The end of Kate's bed was a lonely place. Tiger, the cat, no longer slept there. Tiger died last winter. So there were only Kate's 2 feet to keep each other company. Now Kate woke to full summer with the sun pouring over the back fence. So have you ever had an animal maybe pass away? Miss Heiss had some animals pass away. I had a mom dog and a baby dog, and they just got old. And that's what happens, you know. They can't stay around forever, even though that's really cool. I know that Alex and I have kind of talked about a pet that maybe isn't around anymore, and she's kind of missing something because it used to sleep at the end of her bed. Okay, so let's see if that helps us with our story. So here's the title page, remember? Gives us the title and the author, and sometimes you can see over here it gives us information about how they made the book and when they made the book and who put the book together. Okay, look at Kate. Okay. "Let's get a pup," said Kate. "What, a brand new one?" said a now wide awake mom. "With the wrapping still on?" added her breathless dad. "Pups don't come wrapped," replied Kate. "I know they don't," said Dad. "It's just a joke." What do you think her mom and dad are going to say? Yes? No? Maybe? Mom looked in the paper. "It must be small," said Kate. "And cute," said Dad. "And get all excited," said Kate. "And run around in circles," said Dad. Said Mom. "Look, the rescue center. The center for dogs without a home. The center for dogs all alone." With their breakfast uneaten, they dressed and left immediately. So I want to talk about that word rescue. So it says that when a pet doesn't have a place to go, they can go to a rescue center. So we'll see later in the book what a rescue center might look like. You might also hear shelter for a dog, or a cat, and sometimes they have other animals. So animals that don't have a home, that need a home, will sometimes be in a shelter. And then you can adopt certain animals. Okay? So, they must be pretty excited. Why do you think I think that they're excited? I'll read the last part again. With their breakfast uneaten, they dressed immediately and left. So they were so excited, I think, that they forgot to eat their breakfast. So here's what inside kind of looks like. So there's a whole bunch of kennels with all these dogs, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for dogs. At the rescue center, they found plenty of dogs without a home, and lots of dogs all alone. They found big dogs, small dogs, sniffers and sleepers, wire-hairs, short-hairs, scratchers, and leapers. They found fighters and biters and growlers and snarlers, short dogs, dogs long and thin, and dogs with the cheeks that sucked in. They also found happy dogs and sad dogs, take-me dogs, and dogs who couldn't care less. So just like people, all dogs are different. So there's a whole bunch of different kind of dogs. They saw smelly dogs, fat dogs, lean and mean dogs, chew it up and spit it out at you dogs, and dogs like walking nightmares. Then they saw Dave. See how the words got bolded? So there's all of these different kinds of dogs there that need homes, and they'll find the perfect owner that wants them. Dave was so excited he came out sideways. He barked twice. Water flew off his tongue, and he turned a complete circle in the air. He was small. He was cute. He was brand new. Dave climbed right over the top of Kate, who briefly wore him like a hat. You see that? Climbed right on top of her head. He's all that we want, said Kate. All that we came for, said Mom. We'll take him, said Dad. Then they saw. So they really liked Dave, but then it says, then they saw. What do you think? Rosie. And she saw them. She was old and gray and broad as a table. It was difficult for her to get to her feet, but she stood. It seemed almost politely. Her eyes watered, her ears went back, and she radiated good intention. My wish for you, said Dad, is that you could lie on someone's living room floor. Or on their couch, said Mom. Or on somebody's bed, said Kate. Mom's voice shook. We would take them all if we could. But what can we do? Can they take all the dogs? Can they? Do you think they'll have enough room or enough money for food and water and all the things that dogs need? Do you think that they could take care of them the right way if they took all of them? Who do you think they're going to pick? And with many a backward glance, they slowly walked away. They didn't take her, looks like. At home, Dave was everything a pup could be, and more. He's doing kind of causing some problems, it looks, on the dinner table. On his first night, he cried in his box. So on this page, I want you to think about what Dave might feel like. But you can't just say happy. I want you to say why you think he might feel like that. Put yourself in Dave's shoes. What would you feel like if you were at a new house? The next morning, Kate's mom and dad received a good licking. Dave was crying last night, so he slept with me, said Kate. But I didn't sleep. Neither did I, said Dad. I was wishing. Neither did I, said Mom. I was wishing. With their breakfast once again uneaten, they dressed and left immediately. So they can't sleep. And they're leaving. What are you thinking they might do? At the rescue center, Rosie was waiting for them. Let's get you home, said Dad. So why do you think Mom and Dad couldn't sleep last night? They went back for Rosie. Do you think they're going to leave the little puppy that's loud? No. Rosie was instantly at home. Her broad, heavy tail swept everything off the low tables. So because her tail was moving, she was knocking things off. I've seen a dog smelling a man, but never a man smelling a dog, said Kate's mom. She needs a bath, said Dad. You ever had to give your animal a bath? Sometimes they like it. Cats, I don't think, really like it that much. Maybe some. Now Dad's wish has come true. Rosie is asleep on the living room floor with Dave to keep her company. Mom's wish had also come true. Now Rosie and Dave are asleep on the couch. So they all kind of got what they wanted. They didn't think they could take care of two dogs. They just had to go back and get Rosie. It just wasn't what they were thinking was going to happen. And what about Kate's wish? What do you think Kate's wish was? Will it come true as well? Yes! Dave and Rosie will get to sleep on someone's bed. So what was her wish? She missed, at the beginning it told us that, I'll go back to it, that she missed having someone to sleep in her bed. And she didn't just get one. It looks like she might get two. Kate puts her head on Rosie's stomach. She hears angry gargles, squeaks, and plops, lonely corkscrew sounds, and the pump, pump, pump of Rosie's heart like a big, hollow engine. Do you have any animals to sleep with you? Look, this is kind of like that. Kate's feet are no longer lonely under the blankets. It seems like Dave and Rosie have always been there. Their weight is comfortable and reliable and will stop Kate's bed from floating away into the night. They're there to kind of protect her. Okay. So that is our Bob Graham book. So we kind of talked about in our last book, well, can you see that happening? So we know a lot of times that some books aren't nonfiction because they might have characters that look like Bob Graham's characters. But if a story can actually happen, like the animals aren't talking, this story is about Kate getting animals. That can happen. It's happened to me. This happened to a lot of you when you get animals. So we call this realistic fiction. Stuff that can actually happen, but maybe the story isn't true. So maybe this actually didn't happen. Maybe there's not a girl really named Kate, but this could happen to a girl named Kate. So we call that realistic fiction. I'm going to be posting some questions for you to answer. So whenever you get to watching this video, you can comment below or you can send me a message. Okay? That's all I got for you. Bye, guys.